Hello everybody that's watching. Here we are moving on to the next series on this channel. That's right, the Black Ops 3 Zombies Easter Egg series. We have completed Black Ops 1, we have completed Black Ops 2, and now we have officially made it to the lovely game that gives us custom maps in very crotch gobblegums. Black Ops 3 gives us 6 zombies maps to complete. And like the beginning of all videos, on the start of a new series on this channel, there is a lot to talk about. So let me stop yapping in this intro and get started with the first map, Shadows of Evil. Okay, so the first thing I want to address is the frame rate in this video. Truthfully, I haven't tried to record a BO3 game with OBS in a hot minute. Ultimately, the frames will be quite interesting, to say the least. Of course, I haven't really figured out the problem yet. Whenever OBS is off, the game runs like a headless chicken in a barnyard. However, when OBS is on running, the game shits itself harder than a man after eating every Taco Bell meal for the week without shitting. However, it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it. It's not extremely bad, so thankfully it's good enough to play and post. So, yippee! Now I know you saw a moment ago that the maps aren't installed. Don't worry, I have them, just never installed them. One map at a time. But moving on from that, I am rocking the crutch gobblegums like the champ I am. Ignore that. We have Perkaholic, Fatal Contraption, Idolize, Raindrops, and Shopping Free. Pretty much the shit that will get us zooming in this Easter egg series. Why do I have so much? Again, ignore that. We all done it. Anyway, oh sweet mother of God. It's going to go back and forth like that, but like I said, somewhat manageable. Look at that. Perka on round 1. Now, really this map's Easter egg isn't really all that hard to complete. There's not a lot of steps, but they are quite long steps to complete. First things first, we open Pack-a-Punch. Then, we collect the sword, upgrade the sword, then the flag step, and then we trap the Shadow Man in the egg, and boom, completed. Now the thing about Shadows of Evil is that it's the only map on Black Ops 3 that requires all 4 players to complete. As you can see, I'm doing this solo, and you can only go as far as trapping the Shadow Man. Don't worry, in the end, I will talk about the shit you need to do to fully complete it, as well as give you guys the cutscene for it. So we can just pretend that I did it fully. Now, while I get these worm thingies, I will say that I am playing a risky game here on Black Ops 3. It is quite well known here that the game is the most hackable and very, very unsafe to play. But good news on that front is that I'm rocking the T7 patch, so hackers can leave me alone while I get this series situated. This dude is such a yapper and is so cringe. He is not my favorite character in the Shadows of Evil map, I will not lie. Now the things that I have to do is build the shield as well as the Apothicon Servant, although they are not extremely important right now. Well, the shield is, but the wonder weapon, not really. I'm also going to rock the Argus a lot in this series because if I'm being honest, it's my favorite shotgun to shoot. Of course, it's not as awesome as the Haymaker, but like I said, it's fun to shoot. After this series is complete, I am also going to be doing a tier list video on the wonder weapons as well as the Easter eggs from BO1 all the way to BO3. Simply so I can think of more ideas to get going in the future, which there will be no doubt a lot of. Second worm is good now. A Margwa should spawn right now? Yeah. I will say BO3 was the beginning where the Easter eggs wind up being whatever the hell this is, like scavenger hunts and non-zombie shit like the keepers and all that. Wow, what a time it was to be alive when everyone first saw this shit. Alright, let's get Pack-a-Punch going. I will most likely, and by most likely I mean most definitely, pack the Argus, because like I said, I love this shotgun. Just one tap in these losers is amazing, especially with double tap. Shit, sorry, if I knew you'd look like that after I shot you, I wouldn't have shot you. I like the Dingo as well, one of my favorite LMGs in BO3. I also like the Iron Sight, if I'm being honest with you. I usually don't add anything onto it, as well as the Argus, now that I'm thinking about it. Shit, actually most weapons in BO3 have good Iron Sights in my opinion. Alright, now I need to study them symbol things on the train car so I can get the sword going. The quicker we can get this done, the less amount of rounds we will need to complete in order to complete the Easter egg in general. Okay, that's that symbol. Yep, whatever that one is too. Now we just need one more. Wait, hold on, which side is it on? I don't think it's on this side. I fucked up. I got to look on the right side. Oh wait, shit, I was going back. I had to look left this time. God darn it, okay. I gotta wait again. Alright, now we are good. Let's see the symbol. Yep, okay, good. We got the symbols as I write them down because I ain't going to remember them to save my life. Let's get to the subway and input them. Gonna hit the box first though. Trade up the pistol because I forgot I had mule kick. Okay, boom, boom, Boom. Let me open up the door so I don't have to teleport anymore. I screwed up the symbols even with the symbols written down. Oh my god, now I have to wait around to get my beast mode back. Damn. I guess I mistaken one. Alright, well, it ain't that big of a deal. We're on round 5 anyways. I actually forgot about the Civil Protector. I don't think we'll gather the fuses for that. We'll just have to let that be. There we go. Now we are good. Let's place the egg down and get these souls checked out and move on to the next step, which is killing like 10 Margwas or something. I also need to remember to throw my Widow's Wine grenades out the map so I don't accidentally end the round when I save a zombie. I think next round as well is bug round, so we are going to have to wait until round 7 to complete this egg in particular because the bugs don't count for this stuff. Let me go and get the parts for the shield before we continue doing this shit. That way I can feel somewhat protected even with Jug and Widows. Now, the main brunt of this Easter egg that will kind of be very difficult to do, especially solo, is the flag steps, where endless meatballs and bugs try to attack the flag as it does, whatever the hell it does, before it allows me to collect it, and give me a max ammo in some cases. Now, I don't really know how to combat it. I might just have to rock a death machine if the Argus and Dingo fail me, but luckily, if we fail, we don't have to wait around to recollect it and try again, like what we will have to do once we complete the district we put the flag in. I also have little Arnies, but that doesn't really work for the bugs or meatballs as well as Margwas, so it's really not going to help me when that step comes, but it's good to know, to have. Alright, the egg is full, let's get the sword and then go into this character's designated room to go and upgrade it. Now, all that we have to do is kill these lads. Now, I'm not good at this little trick despite me just pulling that off just now, but a little fun fact, once the Margwa spawns in, their mouths will open up, and with either a good LMG or shotgun like the Brachio Haymaker, you can shoot all their mouths and kill them instantly. Again, I'm not the greatest at it, but I get lucky from time to time. Now, I also need to flip rounds because I can only do these parts one at a time. This Margwa doesn't count, unfortunately, just so you know. Now, this time, I believe we have 2 Margwas, who just one-tapped my shield and red screened me. Holy mother of God, that was flabbergasting. Alright. Despite that close call, we just need to activate 2 more. I say around probably round 15 or 16 is where we will complete this Easter egg, or at least as far as we can go with this Easter egg. I'll actually hold on to the Brecci. I think it will be very useful for when I do the flag step. Although again, I can always one-tap with the Argus, but I'll keep my options open. Okay, this should be the last Margwa before we get the sword going, and then we can move on to the second to last step on this solo Easter egg. There we go, egg is full. Let's get the sword going. Now we interact with this book on the floor and the flag should be down in the subway. Yep, okay, here we go. I'm not sure Idolize will help me in any way for this step, but I'll be willing to try it, honestly. Anyways, let's get Canals situated first. And we are already fumbling it. That's alright, it's just warm up, simple as that. I also got to shoot Shadow Prick over here that's slowing down the process of the flag doing whatever it is it's doing. Now, I think of all the places here, the junction, or the center of the map, is the most difficult. All of these districts are kind of manageable, except for the center. Alright, well, here's Canals down. Now we need to flip around and get the next place going. I have no clue how the frames are going to treat me while doing this step, but I know I will be annoyed as hell when I have to defend the flag at 25 frames for a solid 2 seconds. Alright, let's get Footlight going. Okay, never mind. The thing about this spot is that the meatballs attack at once and I am not able to hit them in time. I'm going to have to use Brecci. Depending on range, it's a 2-shot, but I think I can manage here. Okay, the Idolize leaves me alone from these things, but on the other hand, I'm not so sure that's a great thing, because simply that means they will just single-handedly go for the flag, so ultimately making my job more difficult. So I will probably trade out for probably a Raindrops or a Fatal Contraption just to see if the minigun can do me any good, because I think it can do me a lot better than just using regular Idolize. Okay, so this part seems to be the most difficult. Evidently. I have to watch 3 spots all spread out with like 50 bugs shooting me down as well as having 30 frames sometimes, which can hurt me a lot when trying to defend this. Oh my god, it is a damn onslaught. They just keep coming over and over and over. For Christ's sake. Skip to where I actually complete this because this may take a while. Here we go. This is looking good. Keeping it contained. Alright, perfect. Let's grab it before they somehow destroy it. Thank Christ. Alright, I think you get the idea of this step. Let's just cut to where I complete it for the sake of time. Alright, now that the flag step is completed, I have to go to Packard Punch. Interact with the keepers, crack the shadow guy, and I say we can call this a hell of a day. I also have Fatal Contraption, so it will be more easier for me to shoot the guy and interact with the ball. Throw this, interact with this. It's lock-in season here, right now. Give me the minigun, get this guy over here, interact. No way. Okay, I'm in quite the predicament. I have no perks, shield's half broken, no minigun power-ups left. I have to resort to the dingo. Oh shit, a Margwa just showed up. I'm going to miss the opportunity to shoot, and now I have 2 Margwas. Oh no. I have to be so careful. Oh my god. Oh no, 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 the frames will screw me over right now. No, not at the end. Please God, not like this. Oh no. No shot. I need to take 5 minutes. Good golly, that was a pain in the ass to watch, let me just tell you. Now, there could have been many ways that I could have done that a lot more safely, such as, you know, throwing an Arnie to keep the zombies away from me, allowing me to purely focus on the Shadow Man. But unfortunately, I was not locked in and panicked. If you really want to know why, I can tell you right now, it's because I made the grave error of not having Dobby energy when I played that game. Everybody goes through a moment like that throughout their lives. You got to give a presentation, you get a little nervous. Hell, you get a little stage fright when you pee because some weirdo had to take the urinal right next to you when the whole row was empty. Good luck. Now, the last part was a bit of an exaggeration, but my point is, you lock out sometimes when you should be locked in. That is why I recommend Dobby Energy, the energy brand that's a lot more healthy than the other brands, as well as ensuring you are ready for anything at any time. No sugar, no calories, and is equivalent to 2 cups of coffee to ensure you are locked in tight for when you do whatever it is you do throughout life. The lads over there ensure that their drinks are tasty as hell, and even if you're not a big fan of energy drinks, they also offer hydrates for when your mouth is drier than a skeleton's crotch in the Sahara Desert. If you're looking to lock in or even just have something tasty to drink, then go over to their site, link in the description, and go check out what they got for you. And if you are unsure what to get, or even if you don't know what you might like or should try, go ahead and get the sampler pack where you get 3 different flavors for you to try out, as well as a shaker, of course. Hell, if I had to pick a favorite, hot diggity dog, I'd have to go with the Mango Peach Cooler. And even, like, it bothers me because I don't even like peaches and mangoes, but they somehow managed to make it my favorite. My second favorite would have to be the Dragon Fruit and Pink Strawberry Lemonade. But hey, you do you, I'm just here to point you to actually good drinks to help you throughout the day. Of course, once you pick the flavor you wanted, be sure to go and use code FSI to get 10% off of your order. Now that I'm locked in after drinking some of the Mango and Peach Coolant, I am ready to lock in and take on this final part of the Easter egg. Here we go. Okay, we starting up again, and I forgot a Margwa is here. Son of a bitch. Okay, I kind of held that back, but now 2 will spawn. I need to focus on taking them out before I do anything. Alright, let's try this again. Interact. There we go, we got him. Now, of course, from here on out, you need 4 players to fully complete the Easter egg. But in this case, for me doing this solo, it's completed, and we can move on to the map, which is, I believe, Der Eisendrache. I also built this throughout this second game, you know, the good old Apothicon servant. Didn't need it, but I already had all the parts to it, so I figured why not. Now, of course, the rest of the step, once the ladder is trapped, you go through the green orbs to ensure you do not die because, well, you're going to die in 30 seconds in-game if you don't. This is with 4 players, mind you. Then the basins where you become a beast will be red, meaning you can't turn into it until you kill a Margwa. All 4 players need to be a beast. Now, of course, there's a lot of mumbo-jumbo when it comes to beast mode. It will be infinite, just don't revert back to human, it'll be a lot more easier. Except for that one person, because they need to call the train to run over that gate worm that is in the center of that trail thing imaging, and you can see it on the screen, for Christ's sakes. Once that guy turns into a beast, 3 players will shock the generators on the monorail to zap the monorail track, which is above the railway rooms. Then, the last guy just needs to zap 3 gatekeepers around a gate worm, once it has been ran over by the train, mind you, and then boom, you get a cutscene.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain. I have a universe to set right. Thank you, and goodbye.
But that about does it here. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more in the future. With that being said, thanks for watching, and goodbye.